Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Roman Reigns hasn't been seen on WWE TV since April when Braun Breaker attacked him, but he could be set to make his return in the build-up to SummerSlam. While the original Bloodline is currently split across WWE brands with Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso, and Roman Reigns heading in different directions, it's worth noting that today marks 4 years since the group originally came together. On July 9, 2021, a family officially came together after a feud between Roman Reigns and Jey Uso, with his brother Jimmy later returning from injury to be part of the storyline. The Usos and Reigns occasionally teamed up as the Bloodline before they all reunited in 2021 and were on the same page to kickstart the Bloodline saga, which went on to become one of the major reasons for the company's success. Sami Zayn and Solo Sikoa were later recruited as members of the group, but the original Bloodline, established in 2021, consisted of Paul Heyman, Reigns, and the Usos. It's hard to believe that today marks 3 years since the Tribal Chief was born, and it could now be the same month when Reigns makes his return and debuts a new character. As already noted, all of the original members of the Bloodline are doing their own thing at present. Solo Sikoa has formed his own group, comprising himself, JC Meteo, and the Tongans, and he has now dubbed this his MFT, marking the official end to the Bloodline saga. When Reigns returns to WWE, he will go after Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman following their recent betrayal. The OTC is no longer the head of this family or his Bloodline, which means that it's likely he will return with a different character. Speculation believes that Reigns will be back in WWE before next month's SummerSlam, so it will be interesting to see where he fits in, and if he will return on Raw or SmackDown. WWE fans around the world have come together to send heartfelt best wishes to none other than Roman Reigns and his Bloodline following what appears to be a transitional period for the dominant faction. Ever since WrestleMania 41, the aura of the Tribal Chief has evolved into something more personal, more introspective, and potentially more historic. Whether it's a temporary pause in his legendary run or the quiet beginning of a new saga, one thing is certain: Reigns and his dynasty continue to command the attention and respect of the WWE universe. Roman Reigns, real name Leody Joseph Noi, has long stood as the face of WWE, and in recent years has redefined what it means to be a top-tier performer. With the Bloodline by his side, comprising family members Solo Sikoa, the Usos, and most recently Jacob Fatu, Reigns ruled the company with iron discipline and unyielding confidence. His persona as the Tribal Chief wasn't just a gimmick, it was a legacy-driven declaration, rooted in the storied Anoa'i family lineage that runs deep through professional wrestling history. Now, and as messages of support flood social media, the WWE community is collectively holding its breath. Reigns' limited appearances since his WrestleMania 41 loss have only intensified speculation. Some wonder whether the era of the head of the table is nearing its final act. Others believe this could be the calm before a storm, a reinvention, perhaps, or a return on a scale that eclipses even his most dominant days. Sources close to WWE have kept details under wraps, only fueling more questions. Is Roman Reigns taking a break for personal reasons? Is he preparing for a surprise return in a new role or storyline? Could a Hollywood opportunity or other outside venture be in the works for the former undisputed WWE Universal Champion? The silence from WWE's upper brass has made every tweet, every cryptic promo, and every Bloodline appearance feel loaded with meaning. In the latest SmackDown episode, Solo Sikoa made it known that his leadership in Reigns' absence is non-negotiable. With Paul Heyman's loyalty torn and whispers of inner conflict swirling, fans can't help but wonder if this is the end of the current Bloodline as we know it, or just another test orchestrated by Reigns himself. After all, mind games and long-term strategy have always been central to Roman's approach. Could the apparent unraveling of the Bloodline actually be a way to strengthen its foundation under Reigns' watchful eye? Meanwhile, support for Reigns has poured in from all corners of the wrestling world. Current WWE superstars, Hall of Famers, and even AEW personalities have shared messages praising the legacy he's built and his influence on the modern era of wrestling. From Seth Rollins recalling their early Shield days to Jey Uso dropping heartfelt words during a Raw segment, it's clear that Roman Reigns has left an indelible mark both inside and outside the ring. His contributions go far beyond titles and main events. Roman Reigns, a real-life leukemia survivor, became a symbol of strength and resilience, particularly when he stepped away from WWE in 2018 to focus on his health. That moment cemented his role not just as a champion, but as a human being who commands respect for the battles he's fought outside the squared circle. The WWE Universe has never forgotten that. Fans remember his triumphant return. They remember the boos that transformed into cheers, the polarizing character work that morphed into universal acclaim. Roman's Bloodline storyline was not only one of the most compelling arcs in recent WWE memory, it changed the industry standard for long-term storytelling. If this truly is a turning point, Roman Reigns can walk into any arena with his head held high, knowing that he redefined what it means to be the face of the company. Still, many believe the story isn't over. There's speculation that Reigns could be eyeing a surprise return at SummerSlam or Survivor Series. WWE's promotional machine has been unusually quiet on the matter, which only adds to the anticipation. Jacob Fatu, recently added to the Bloodline mix, has echoed that Reigns' legacy continues to influence the group's current trajectory. In a backstage segment, Fatu stated, "Everything we do is for him. Whether he's here or not, the mission continues. The family never stops fighting." That single quote resonated with fans who feel the tribal chief's presence even in his absence. Meanwhile, Solo Sikoa has taken on a more aggressive leadership style, one that mirrors Roman's early days as tribal chief, but with a more ruthless edge. The young enforcer has slowly begun assembling allies and reshaping the faction's structure, possibly hinting at a power struggle upon Reigns' eventual return. The storytelling potential is rich. Will Reigns come back to reclaim his throne, or has the kingdom he built evolved beyond his control? One of the most talked about moments in recent weeks came during a SmackDown episode when Paul Heyman was seen receiving a phone call during a segment involving the Bloodline. The camera zoomed in on his conflicted expression. Fans immediately speculated that the voice on the other end was none other than Reigns. If so, it suggests that the tribal chief may be monitoring events closely, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Social media, too, has been ablaze with theories and emotional tributes. One viral post read, "Roman Reigns carried WWE through a pandemic, changed the storytelling game, and made us feel something every week. Whether he's back tomorrow or in 6 months, he's already a legend." Another user posted a collage of Reigns' biggest victories, captioning it with "the head of the table forever." Even WWE's official account has subtly leaned into the uncertainty, posting cryptic messages and highlighting the Bloodline's internal tension without ever confirming or denying Roman's status. It's a masterclass in building suspense, one that only WWE, and specifically Roman Reigns, could pull off with such effectiveness. Behind the scenes, several insiders have hinted that Reigns may be using this time to heal from nagging injuries, spend time with his family, or focus on other creative projects. Reigns has previously expressed interest in acting, and following in the footsteps of his cousin Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson wouldn't be surprising in the least. He has the charisma, the screen presence, and the fan base to cross over in a major way. That said, Reigns' heart has always belonged to the wrestling ring. From his days in NXT to leading the charge as WWE's top guy, his commitment to the business has never wavered. That's why this current chapter is so emotionally charged for fans. It feels less like a goodbye and more like the end of one volume in a much larger story. Regardless of what the future holds, the sentiment remains the same: best wishes to Roman Reigns and his Bloodline. Whether he returns as a conquering king, shifts into a mentorship role, or simply continues to watch from the shadows, his legacy is secure. His family is thriving, and his presence remains palpable. In an industry where characters come and go, few have managed to evolve and elevate the way Roman Reigns has. He has turned doubt into dominance, criticism into character gold, and a family legacy into a modern mythos. The Bloodline saga isn't just a storyline, it's a cultural phenomenon that will be studied for years. So here's to the tribal chief. Here's to the man who brought a Samoan legacy roaring back to life in the modern era. And here's to what comes next. Because if there's one thing fans know about Roman Reigns, it's that he never leaves without making an impact. Whether it's tomorrow, next month, or next year, when that music hits again and the crowd rises to acknowledge him, it will be more than a return. It will be a reminder that greatness never fades. It only evolves. Stay strong, Roman. The WWE Universe is with you. Always. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.